There's an amazing endgame item in Sekiro Shadows Die Twice that you totally want to get because it turns your skill points into attack power without having to kill a main boss. So let's take a good look at this item. I will tell you how to get it as well and some nice farm spots to get those skill points that you can then turn into attack power. If you enjoy that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. It's called the Dancing Dragon Mask, and it will give you 1 attack power after spending 5 skill points, and you can do this endlessly, so basically get a ton of attack power if you really grind a lot. There are 3 pieces that you have to buy to make this mask, and you can buy 2 pretty early in the game, while the final shop that is selling the 3rd piece is in the Fountainhead Palace, so that is really late in the game. And it's not really weird that they don't sell this item earlier, because otherwise you would get a big advantage by just farming and spending the skill points on attack power. This item should carry over to the New Game Plus mode though, so it will be super handy in future play sessions, because then you can basically do that. After you collected 5 skill points, you can increase your attack power by checking the idle and selecting the enhance attack power with skill points option, and then bam, it increases your attack power by 1. So in this example we went from 10 to 11 attack power without needing a memory. So like I said, you can already find 2 fragments really early in the game. One at the abandoned dungeon entrance idol, at the shop that sells it for 5,000 sen. So that's quite a lot. Sell your purses of course, or farm a lot to get the money. And like I already said, I will have some farm spots later on in the video as well. The second piece is at the Pot Noble shop that you find in the Hirata estate. I told you about this one in one of my really early videos. So go from the estate path idle and go back across the gate into the water past the soldier and the wolf. And here you will find the shop and see that you need 7 treasure carp scales for this piece of the mask. If you did not get the carps that are nearby this shop, then totally go get them. I already found 5 in this area. They are close to the shop. You can easily lock onto them and then go to them and slash them to take them out. Use again the lock button to easily find them in the water, and if you failed, if they got away, just wait for them to respawn. I found again 5 in this area, 3 near the shop, but also 1 under the bridge you went across the first time you visited this area, and 1 on the shore next to the bridge, just as an item. And yes, then you will be far from done. You need 2 more skills for this piece, and the final fragment costs 12 of these treasure carp skills. And don't worry, I will tell you how to get enough of them, even if you already bought, for example, the floating passage skill. There was 5 of these treasure carp skills. So the final piece of the mask can be bought at the near Pot Noble idol in the Fountainhead Palace region. So yes, the final large region in the game. The shop will be next to the idol, so it's really hard to miss. So yes, we need to get 19 treasure carp skills in total to get the 2 pieces, and to be able to do that, you will need to use the Mibu breathing technique as well, so you can dive underwater and breathe indefinitely. And you get that one from the corrupted monk that you will have to face near the watermill idol at the Ashina Depths region. This is a main boss that you have to kill in order to get to the Fountainhead Palace anyways, so it's not missable, and tips would be of course to use the divine confetti to do more damage, so you make sure his health drops as fast as possible, because then his posture will not regenerate as fast. It's very smart to use the firecrackers tool to stun him and create an opening for some nice damage as well. This tool, by the way, works against many of the main bosses. I now use the Ugo's sugar a lot as well to reduce the damage taken. Super handy when you're out of healing gourds, but the boss is almost down, so then you can take more hits before you fall and still try to take the boss out. Overall, trying to deflect and parry his attacks is really key to make sure his posture builds up, and this again makes the most sense later on in the fight when his posture does not regenerate as fast. So take advantage of that combo where he does like 5 attacks in a sort of whirlwind after each other to build up his posture. But of course, watch your posture as well, because it might be hard to parry or deflect all of these attacks. And of course, holding the parry button will make sure that you get your posture back faster. So good luck, and then you get this technique to be able to dive and find more of these skills that are needed. For example, the first one we will discuss here in the Hirata estate. You find it by going to the bamboo idol, go straight, get into the water and dive there to find this carp. But following the water all the way to the waterfall will get you another skill, because there's another fish there. Let's go to the sunken valley now, to the Riven Cave idol, because here you will find a bunch of these carps. From the idol, you want to turn around and get into the water, dive down, and totally get all the other items that you will find here as well, like a nice buff item and one of the bulging coin purses, so totally grab that for the 1000 coins, some crafting materials, and actually one of these items, the one that is close to where you dived, is a carp skill, so totally get it as well. You will need to hunt the fish to get the other two skills though, so quietly approach them and then take them out with a nice slash. There are two near the temple grounds idol in the Senpou temple region. Maybe you already got them while exploring this area, otherwise get into the water and kill them to have two new skills. You can buy treasure carp skills as well. Two are at the shop nearby the Mibu village idol at the Ashina depths. They cost 500 coins a piece. Close by though, you will get one for free, although it's protected by a pretty tough enemy. You can try and stealth kill him by crouching and hugging the wall, but that can be pretty challenging. Overall, you can ignore him and grab the carp skill item, but if you decide to take him out, then you get a nice crafting material for your prosthetic tools. Not all the skills come from the actual fish or an item that you can pick up. There's also a special sort of quest that will get you a ton of these skills. This one starts at the Ashina Depths region, near the Watermill Idol, or actually you can go here via the Wedding Cave door as well, and then just backtrack. We first want to go to the Watermill though, because if we jump there into the water next to the idol, then we will see one lonely treasure carp that we want to kill. For this quest, we want to go to the house that is nearby where you fought the corrupted monk. You cannot enter this one through the door, there are a ton of enemies in front of it as well. You want to ignore them or maybe sneak up to the big guy to stealth kill him. But yeah, overall you want to crawl under the house and use the rotating door to find a guy that you can talk to. Choose to greet him and then he says that he wants water of the palace. Well, he's referring to an item that you can find by going to the Fountainhead Palace. Oh, by the way, before we go there, you want to get the prayer bead in this area. You find it by going outside this house and then grabbling up, because there's a free prayer bead there at the sort of altar. Now we go to the Mibu Manor idol at the Fountainhead Palace. Just run straight through the building, past the enemies, all the way to the back, and then you will find some water where you can actually dive and then get into a building. And inside this house there are a ton of the treasure carps, so totally pick all the items up. But there's also a chest that you want to open, because this one contains the water of the palace that we indeed want to take back to this guy that we just encountered in the Ashina Depths region. So go back to the Wedding Cave door idol and into the house again, and then you can give it by talking to him, like there will be an option to give it. Do that and then you will get the Dragon Spring Sake. Now we want to return to the previous idol, so use the Homeward idol item of course in your inventory, and then you will instantly have rested, because if we then visit the man in the house again, he will be turned into a creature. Killing that will give you 5 of these extra skills. So now you should have enough to buy the mask if you did not buy anything else with the skills before. But if you already, let's say, like I already said, bought the floating passage skill, then you want to get more of these skills. For example, go to the Ashina Castle, so the first idol in that region, if you got it back already. Otherwise, of course, run to that via the dungeon entrance idol. And then get into the water, dive to find the item here. And there's actually a carp nearby as well that you want to take out. Kill it and then you'll have another skill. And now you should have enough to buy the third and final piece. This one will immediately give you the mask and then you can start using it. But yeah, you of course want to have a nice farm spot to be able to level up fast to get the skill points that you can then change for attack power. I found a pretty nice one near the Old Grave idol at the Ashina Castle. So this is after you defeated the corrupted monk, because then there will be new enemies that reward you with a ton of XP. So what we want to do from the idol is go to the left and jump all the way down, and then you will find these crazy suicide enemies here that will blow themselves up and that reward you with 578 XP. There are 2 of them, you simply want to dodge and then you get the XP and the money as well if you loot them. So just jump away or run away and then they will blow themselves up and not hit you. And then you want to grapple up to the roof, because there's one other guy down there that you want to jump on, so instantly kill him. And then there is an improved red enemy that you want to take out as well. And use the loaded axe tool for that, follow up with another hit, and then you likely still need to do some slashes to take it out. But you want to do that because it will also reward you with 400 XP. So that is like 2000 XP in less than 1 minute. And then use the Homeward Idol item to get back to the Old Grave Idol. There are some other enemies in this area as well, like one of those crazy Birdman enemies, but that one only rewards you with 76 XP, so that's not worth killing at all. And I know that there are some other tactics as well, like for example one at the Fountainhead Palace, at the Flower Viewing Stage Idol. Backstab this guy and do that over and over for 530 XP, and then rest at the idol to have him respawn. That is totally another way to get skill points fast, but I don't know, I like the Lost Grave Idol tactic more. I got way more Sekiro Shadows Die Twice videos coming your way, so totally keep an eye out for that, including more on farming, the best way to do it, and some other cool items that you totally want to find. So totally subscribe to stay up to date on more Sekiro content, like this video to support channel, and check out my recent Sekiro video on some secrets during the more mid-game section of the game, one shop you can upgrade, and way more. For now, I'll speak to you next time, and goodbye.